Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I am sitting here with Walter. He has finally graced us with his presence. So we are so happy that he is here. I should say that the purpose of the Demetra K show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people with the emphasis on even because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like I said, Big Giant, thank you. Hello and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Also, a shout out to my moderators. You are the best. Thank you for everything that you do and holding down the comment section as you do a great job. We are here today on the last day of the month, I should say. Oh, before I get into that, please catch me at 7 p.m. Central Time, along with Sister Emma, Sister Whitney, Brother Phil, and Sister Vicky. We are going to be debating the diaspora war. So you do not want to miss that tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time. All right. So we are here today to talk about a white man saying that Blacks shouldn't be mad at them for creating whites-only towns. Right? And I'm going to show you his video. And then this is like, what you talking about, Willis? So Walter's going to sit here and have this conversation with us. So we'll give everybody just a moment to come on. Walter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm actually right now in the integrated town.
I think we're all in an integrated town. But you know, it don't sound like it's going to be like that for too long. Okay. But anyway, we're going to get into that, obviously. So let's see who else is on here while we give everybody just another moment before we get started. Obviously, today I'm going to be done just a little bit before the hour so I can prepare for the other show. But African Native, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. One who cares. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Ernest, what's going on? Evelyn, I hope you're having a great day. Brother Don, my triple OG moderator, watch him mute yourself. 23 Archer, how you doing? Says we sitting this one out too. No coming back, saying we approve when poop hits the fan. Come on now, you know they can't do without us. Mike, nice. Did I say hi to you? If not, hello. Know what I was thinking? Brother Reggie, how you doing? Marlon, what is up? Yeah, Brother Reggie Walter, he is in the building. He said he crazy. He says, is that the one you trying to come on, Walter? Okay, let's see. You have to mute yourself. Mute yourself. Mute yourself. There you go. So, okay, he's on his computer and he can't hardly see him. He's going to have to smile in order for us to see him. That's better. That much better. Okay. So let's see. Well, hopefully there's no controversy, Brother Reggie and Raymond. How you doing? S. Williams, what's going on? Buck Horse in the building. T. Cole, I hope you're doing well. No longer asleep. I'm glad that you're not, because we all trying to wake up, right? Says they want us to be upset. We don't have to be. We want them to go. Okay. Hey, Carrie, how you doing? Easy E in the building. Hope you're doing well. Brother Thunder, what's going on? I didn't see you in the last couple of days. Where you been? You been occupied with your ladies? D-Mac, how you doing? Diane, hope you're doing well. And let's see, another Diane, how you doing? Brother Critical in the building, how you doing? And Mr. South Carolina, Dano. Think I got everybody so far. Jay Meadows, how you doing? And Anais, it has been a long time since I've seen you on here. Welcome back. Lynette, how you doing? So anyway, are y'all ready to get down with the get down? All right. So thank you, D-Mac. I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. He says, I'm back on the block. All right. All right. So anyway, of course, you know, there's a lot going on in the United States, the world, I guess. And out of all the things we could talk about, I chose this to talk about. Maybe we can get into a little bit of Shannon Sharpe if you guys want, because that just blows my mind. But anyway, there's this white man on the internet. He's basically admonishing us as Black people for being mad at them, I guess, for going to get their own towns. Now, of course, y'all heard a lot. Walter, you're freezing. So, of course, y'all heard a lot about white people, certain white people wanting to have their own towns, specifically in Arkansas, right? There's a group called Return to the Land. Walter, please mute yourself. Return to the Land. Hold on a second. Walter, I'm going to drop you down until you can get yourself together because there's a lot going on. Return to the Land is the name of the group that they have, right? And so they're saying they just kind of want their own people there. They don't want any Black people, any Jews, any gay people, anybody else outside of themselves, right? And so they're also trying to expand to other states. Well, this particular guy, I guess he didn't get the memo about us, so I'm going to show you what he has to say.
Watching Black people get mad at white people for starting functioning white communities. It's like, you know how happy we'd be to see Black people start a functioning Black community? Like, we would leave you to it. We would be, oh my goodness, good for you guys. Unironically, please. Like, you already have the demographics in Jackson and Detroit. There are zero scenarios where the political outcomes of those cities are not entirely within the parameters of Black organization and responsibility. So turn it into Wakanda. Like, I would feel solidarity and pride with a 95% low crime, high productivity Black city, or several in the United States. I wouldn't be like, we need to get in there and diversify it. I'd be like, no, let them do their thing. And if a bunch of Caucasians want to go in the woods and milk goats alone, shut up. You've underestimated how central tribalism, like ethnic tribalism, is to the human condition. And in trying to demonize it, we've repressed it to the point that it's now coming back with a vengeance. But it's not innately evil. You can still have in-group preference, a desire to preserve your culture and way of life, and have solidarity with a community of people who are like you, while respecting other groups. And like, let me just say, white people don't care if Black people want to be left to their own devices. I promise you.
I almost want to play him again because it was just silly. Okay, let me see if Walter ready to come back on here because he got a lot going on. I promise y'all. Let me remove this one. Lord have mercy. I'm trying not to be irritated. Is this you now, Walter? Can you mute yourself? Anyway, so he said a whole lot of stuff. Okay, so basically he is saying that okay, hold on a second. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm real anal when it comes to certain stuff. So I'm gonna just remove Walter and he got to come back because I cannot. Sorry, I know y'all want to see Walter. Maybe he could be in the comment section. He could come back when he get his computer, phone, 2 strings in the can together. I don't know, whatever it is he's got going on. He could come back, but I cannot. All right. So anyway, so he says basically we should not be mad at them because they want to create their own towns, right? And he says, I promise you, we're not gonna be mad at you guys if you want to create your own towns. And it's like, really? Where have you been, homie? Where have you been? What do you mean? So I got some data here. All right. So let me get to it. It says historians estimate dozens of Black towns and prosperous communities were destroyed or severely damaged by white mobs during Jim Crow, roughly 1877 to 1965. Exact numbers are hard to determine because many were not officially documented. So we just kind of went off and did our own thing, right? When we were freed from the plantations, we was like, okay, we got to go somewhere because we're not going to stay there and work for them for free, right? And they're not going to go build us a house, even though we built their house, right? They're not going to give us none. So we just kind of went off and did our own thing. So basically what it's saying is a lot of the towns were not incorporated, right? We just were. All right. So it says we're not officially documented or local governments erased records. Now, it says, however, research and historical archives provide some figures. Known incidents. Over 50 documented massacres between Reconstruction and the 1940s targeted Black communities across the U.S. Many of these resulted in the destruction of entire towns and neighborhoods. Now, remember, he sat up there and opened his mouth and said, I promise you, we're not going to be mad if y'all go off and start your own towns. Really? Where has he been? Okay. Examples of Black towns that were destroyed. Okay. Tulsa, Oklahoma. We know about that. Black Wall Street, right? 1921, the Greenwood District says 35 to 40 square blocks burned, hundreds killed, tens of thousands left their homes, right? So tens of thousands of Black Americans left and never returned. If you go there now, all there is like a plaque, right? There's a plaque. Oh, it used to be, a Black town, for lack of better words, but there were no reparations. They didn't get to get their houses back. None of that. White people went in there, did an extreme land grab. And to this day, there's only 2, I think, survivors left from Black Wall Street, and they are still trying to get their reparations, and they're still being told no. Okay. Then, of course, we know Rosewood, right? There was a movie. John Singleton did the movie. I think we all saw it and were extremely upset in the movie theater, right? Entire Black town destroyed. Residents fled permanently. Okay. Now, Elaine, Arkansas, Colfax, Louisiana, I think it's Oco, I said it wrong, Florida, Slocum, Texas, Forsyth County, Georgia, Springfield, Illinois, Atlanta, Georgia, Wilmington, North Carolina, where it says a coup and massacre destroyed a prosperous Black-led city, government, and business, okay? Now, of course, you know there, especially in North Carolina in the 1870s, there were a lot of Black men who were in politics, right? They were in Congress and all of that. I think the most Black men, even to this date, in Congress in history, don't quote me because I'm not a history buff, okay? So again, at least 30 to 40 towns or thriving Black districts were erased or severely damaged by racial violence during Jim Crow. Some scholars estimate over 100 incidents when you include smaller, lesser documented cases of entire Black communities being burned or abandoned after mob attacks. Okay. So again, this man, first of all, told us that there's enough of y'all here and there and all, so y'all go create your own towns, you know. Don't worry about what white folks is doing, because he promises he ain't worried about what we're doing. It's like your ancestors were worried about what we were doing. I just gave y'all the rundown of how many, and it's probably more than that, Black towns that were completely destroyed. So some people might say, well, why? We know why. Because they were mad, for one, that they legally could not keep us anymore on the plantation. They had to let us go. And so they were also mad because we were supposed to go off into the wilderness and, I don't know, get eaten up by crocodiles and bears or whatever. We weren't supposed to survive. But the joke was on them because we've been surviving all through slavery since they put us on those plantations. The fact of the matter is they couldn't survive without us. That's why they came and burnt our towns down, right? When they saw that, they were flourishing. And listen, it wasn't those slave shacks that they had us in when we was on those plantations. We had nice homes and banks and schools and hospitals and stores, you name it. We had it all, right? We never lived so good, until we got off the plantation. We know our folks were hardly eating. The places they were living in, it was, just exposure to everything. No shoes, hardly, tattered clothes, and you name it. So when they saw us thriving, usually, what was the downfall of that town? What was the downfall? A white woman, which is why Shannon Sharp makes me mad. But anyway, a white woman was the downfall of that town, especially in Black Wall Street. It was a white woman in an elevator with a Black man, and somebody saw them coming out. Now the rumor is that they were dating, but of course she really couldn't say that. She had to, he did something to me, right? And the rest is bloody history. And that has been that way in most of the Black towns. They use their woman as an excuse to go in there. We heard the story with Rosewood, right? Same thing. Now everybody knew from the testimony that came forward is that the lady in question in Rosewood, was having an affair on her husband with a white man, but she blamed the Black man, and all hell broke loose, right? So this man right here is ill-informed. See, that's the problem when you ill-informed. He's trying to admonish us. And another thing I want to know is what Black people run around here mad because they trying to leave. I need to have a talk with them. If y'all know who they are, tell them to report here today, right now, because we need to have a conversation with them. What you mean you upset because they leaving? We were already told back in the day that we needed to separate. Nation of Islam says what? Separation or death. Marcus Garvey was talking about the diaspora. He was like, hey, let's blow this joint. Let's go somewhere else because white supremacy ain't gonna never leave us alone, no matter if we're here or over there or over there. We've been told that a long time ago. Now, the good thing, and I'm going to get into the comment section, one of the good things about the Trump administration is he did start that segregation conversation because he was like, well, we're getting rid of the segregation ban on the federal level. which means that contractors, they can discriminate if they want. They don't have to hire you because you black or whatever you are. So then we, especially as Black Americans, started saying, oh, yeah, thanks for reminding us. We're supposed to be getting away from y'all, right? So them separating, they're not hurting us because they know, well, we know rather, they need us. We ain't never needed them for nothing. Not nothing. So as I said, the sooner they get away to their own little enclave of the planet, the rest of us will be better off. So anyway, I'm going to get into the comment section. Walter, you ready to come back up? Oh, he clicked off. I was just about to bring him back up. All right, so let's see. Maybe if he clicks back on, he just had a lot going on, y'all. I'm sorry. Where did I leave off? But yeah, he had a lot of audacity. When I saw that, I was like, is this man for real? There's a lot of y'all commenting on here. Give me 1 second to get back. Okay. Tracy, did I say hello to you? Hello. Renaissance Woman says they shouldn't get mad about our black towns. No, I mean, I don't even know what he was talking about. Like, who mad because y'all trying to have your own white towns? I have not spoken to anybody, nobody black anyway, that's mad because they trying to go off somewhere. It's like, bye. Pop, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Thunder says it's nice to know that I was missed. I always miss you. You a triple OG here. You, man, me and you go way back. And you know who I haven't seen in a couple of years now is the Pioneer. Has anybody seen the Pioneer? He's like, old school as well. Keenova, how you doing? Chris, what's going on with you? Anthony in the building. Hope you're doing well. Renaissance Woman says, I don't care. I don't want to be around them. Segregation was a failure. You mean integration was a failure. I'm thinking that's what you meant. Jay Meadows, he says, I second it. Go do y'all today, right? DJ Specs, how you doing? Says that should go a long way for those declining birth rates, right? And that's part of the other issue is, they want to separate so they can go off and procreate. And it's like, have at it. They don't like they women laying down with, Jerome and Kamal. I hope ain't no Kamal doing it, but, Jerome and them. They don't like that. Or even Juan and all. They don't like they women laying down with them. They don't want them, pumping out no brown babies. No, they don't. Let's see here. T. Coy says, who's mad? I'm glad it's time to separate from, let's say, them folks. Mad Dog, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. No longer asleep. He says, they don't know how long we've have wanted to be without these people. We'll say that. Kevin, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Brother Reggie says he just trying for clicks or get beat up. I don't know or something, but I'm like, who has he been talking to that's talking about they don't want them to go have their own towns? I need to talk to those black people who are, if they're saying that, we need to have a conversation with them so we can rearrange their understanding. Kara, how you doing? And Walter was back. If y'all see him in the comments, tell him to click back on. He was just switching from his phone to his computer. No, it's a lot, and we would have been here all day. Macman, how you doing? Say he's lying. They took taxpayers' funds from black areas. They burned down several black communities and towns. Absolutely. Like I said, maybe he's doing it for clicks, but you will be surprised at how many people are just oblivious, especially to their own history, right? DK says, Thunder says, DK, why is he talking sounding like Ben Shapiro? That's probably who he listens to, right? I often come across, well, it's not often, but sometimes come across Ben Shapiro, and I'm like, man, he's going on those college campuses, debating those kids who, really just kind of learning, and he just double talking and just fast talking. And he ain't saying nothing. It's like he ain't really debating no real, I wouldn't even say no heavyweights, just people who are like, man, shut up. Okay, you're not saying nothing at all, So that you're right. He might be listening to him. Brother Don says, liar. Tracy says, Demetri, is your brother working your nerves? Yeah, it wasn't working my nerves. I just have this thing where if you come on here, and everybody who's come on here knows, please have your stuff together. I don't have time for your equipment to not be working. You're going in and out, even though sometimes mine acts up. It's rare, but it happens. But it's the same thing, right? We not gonna spend 5-10 minutes to try to, when I was on here 30 minutes before. You know what I mean? I love him nevertheless. Brother Reggie says, what is Walter doing? Come on, bro. Get that Windows 95 machine together, you crazy. Family full of G's. Oh, you got family full of G's, huh? It says Tulsa, Arizona. Okay. Facts Not Feelings. How you doing? It says this is the acknowledgement of white supremacists that U.S. as a country is over, and they're trying to carve out their own country. Black people do the same if we're smart. Yeah, that's what we've been told to do for a long time. Let's see. Brother Don says we build and they tear down. Exactly. Tracy says they gaslighting again. Bobby Wobby, what's going on with you? Says don't use tax money. Well, they use our tax money for all kind of stuff, giving all kind of people reparations and all kind of stuff. They just don't ever use it for us, right? So yeah, Diane says I'm not mad at white folks for creating their own crap. That's what they've always done. Nothing new. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why anybody really would be mad. It's like you don't understand how much better off the rest of us will be. And listen, I'm not saying all are bad or anything like that, but clearly they want to be off to themselves. I think it was Nick Fuentes. I don't even know what he is. I don't know if he's white, Hispanic, but he basically said we don't want to live around blacks. It says white people don't want to live around blacks. We're tired of living around y'all. We don't like y'all because y'all, and I'm paraphrasing, you ghetto. We don't want you in our communities. It's like, we don't want to be around y'all either. Really, we don't. I know there's some who think being around them is, kind of where it's at. Oh, I'm getting moved to this neighborhood and that neighborhood. It's like, well, you go ahead and you'll be back. Brother Stephen, how you doing? Finally caught alive. Tell your wife I said hello. D-Mac says, where he been living? Every time we go and get ourselves together, here they come. Get the F out of here. Exactly. Sagittarius Goddess, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. African Native says they destroy our towns and the nature destroys theirs. Ooh, you said a word right there. I don't know if y'all saw. California had a little tsunami. Now that took place because of the earthquake in Russia. It was almost a 9-point magnitude earthquake in Russia that had Hawaii, Alaska, California, somewhere else on to tsunami watch. And California had an earthquake today. I think it was almost like a 5. It's pretty strong. So if you know anything about an earthquake, those tectonic plates shift just right. It said California is supposed to be done. So I guess that's probably the good thing of me being here in Houston. I don't know. All right. Yeah, I see y'all naming a whole bunch of stuff. Lake Lanier. We hear about what goes on in Lake Lanier all the time, right? Don't go to Lake Lanier. G Ghost, how you doing? Says I tried to pitch that to a large platform and they were not for it. Let's build. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Albie Chill, how you doing? Bobby Wobby said it's not going to work because none of them are going to want to work for low wages. You talking about, well, maybe they can till their own land, pick their own cotton, and all the other stuff that they usually do for them, they don't do for themselves that we've been doing. Maybe they can finally go off and do that. Easy says, give us reparations and we'll rebuild our own communities. Yeah, and even if they don't, we should be doing that anyway, right? Building our own communities, but the reparations is going to come. But yeah, we need to be building our own communities. We hear about every day, gentrification and things like that, and they running freeways and stuff through our land. It was somewhere, I can't remember where it is, but it's some white people who are mad because the government or somebody wants to run like a freeway or something, take some of their land to do something with it. They're going to eminent domain, and they're like, it's not right, it's not fair. And it's like, hello, they do that to us all the time. And nobody is mad about that. But now white people getting their land taken so they can run a freeway or whatever it is they're trying to do. And now you mad it's not right? Huh? Join the club. All right, let's see. Yes, Kara, so many. Sherry, how you doing? Says the Most High will be the one to bet, give us reparation. I think that's what you're saying. And Thunder says, how does the name Andersonville sound? It's named that to give Dr. Claude Anderson his flowers. We should, right? Yes, we could. And we can have a whole lot of towns named after the great ones, right? I love that. Yes, indeed. And Tracy says Central Park and many other places in New York. Yeah, that was black as well. And I just slipped my mind. That beach in Los Angeles that was given back to the people it was taken from, but then they sold it back. I just slipped my mind. Somebody will have it in the comments by the time I get down there. Avenge the Ancestors, how you doing? Yes, indeed. All right, skipping down because I know I'm a little bit behind. Oh, gee, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Beanie, what's going on? It says there are all white towns everywhere. They're called sundown towns. Exactly. They acting like that stuff don't exist. They know they got them now. Of course, officially they can't have them, right? But we know that they're there. And Brother Critical says, facts. Al, how you doing? Says, no, you see how I feel when I'm on the phone with customer service who can't speak good and it speak well. But yes, I get it. Diane says the majority of FBAs really don't care. We are not interested in living in your raggedy towns, sundown towns. Now this fool may be referring to Shannon Sharp, Candace Owens, Myron, Charles Barkley. See, hold on. Got something. Those are going to be the ones that's going to be upset. They're going to be upset when those folks really get their towns up and running, and Candace and them going to be like, what about us? And they're going to be like, what about you? So I'm just saying, put him right here. He might need to come back. Billy, how you doing? Says Esau is taking crafty counsel against Israel. Okay, you speaking the Bible. Rise African girl, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. King Shaw, he says, where the hell is Ed Blum and all the crickets on this? He's not saying a single word about that ensuing yet. I don't know if you saw my video on African diaspora about maybe a week or two ago at this point, and I asked that question, where is Ed? Where's old Eddie Ed at? You know, he seemed to like to get on the scene when he's suing people because they want stuff just for them, right? But when it's them folks, he don't have a word. I don't know. Is he still with us? He may not be. So yeah. Let's see. Yes, D-Mac Shannon is his own problem. Whew. You know, it just irritates me. And Sharon says Shannon lost $100 million. Well, that's remains to be seen. I guess they have to the end of August to decide if they're still going to go forward with it. But we know ESPN was like, not today, right? Okay, and Macman says today there you go. I should have read your comment. Build roadways through our areas. They sure do. Albie Chill says they act like none of this ever happened. Yeah, maybe he's trolling or maybe he's just ignorant, right? Diane says I can't wait till they leave. Please leave. And Easy says he's gaslighting. We're not concerned about them and their towns. You know, there's probably some people like, well, what about us? Why y'all want to separate? You know, it's probably the same people back in the 50s and 60s was like, why y'all? We really just want to be with y'all, and the rest is history. Let's see, skipping down, seeing who I haven't seen. Butler, how you doing? Kev G, what's going on? Says these folks do everything but mind their dang business. The minute we put one brick down on the ground, they're gonna be able to talk about what y'all doing. Look like you're trying to leave us. Mary Grace, how you doing? JR, what's going on? It says I'm black and German. I can feel when someone's German, there's no white race. So you're saying, yeah, maybe you need to clarify. I'm not quite sure. That's not feeling. Says the raccoons, and there are many will be crying in the streets when the whites decide to separate. You ain't lying. Alabama Breeze, how you doing? Says the Sambos and bed winches. Mammies are mad. I don't. Well, try to go move over there then, since you're so mad. Go on again and tell them you're coming to stay and see what happens. I'm sure you'll be all right after that. Sister Shirley, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Skull Unknown, how you doing? It says when whites leave, I guess we won't be able to steal from anyone. Well, y'all stole us, so what you talking about? You talking about this we? I mean, well, are you white? I mean, I don't know where you're going with that, but I assume that you are. Y'all stole us, so what are you talking about people stealing? Y'all the ultimate thieves. Sherry says he has to be an African because there's no way in hell Black Americans will ever say some issue like this. Oh no, you'll be surprised. You will be surprised. There's a lot of Black Americans that just can't let go. Y'all seen the meme 1,000 times. Steven and Big Daddy and Django, and he's hugging them. Woo! You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Those, oh, why can't we just get along? The type of Black people. Why can't we can all just get along. I don't understand why we just got, they're not all bad and all of that. I just get tired of hearing our people talk like that. Not all of us, but some of us. Well, we just gotta get along. They ain't never trying to get along with you, but we gotta be getting along with them. I don't know. Tracy says it's always the loudest ones that are wrong. Yep. Dwight, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Says I don't have a problem with it. I know you don't. Brother Reggie says, I was just about to ask what happened to Pioneer and Mr. Pirate Brain. Yeah, where are they? I don't know. I haven't seen them in years. I hope they're well, Veronica says, I'm definitely not mad. I'm glad to hear that. Brother Don says, like Middle Nation said. Oh, I love Middle Nation. Me and you here. Says, they wake up every day with no memory of what their day was before the others. You're talking about Brother Shaheed Bolzen. Oh, I love his channel. I love his content. I try to listen to his stuff at least 2 or 3 times a week. Yes, indeed. All right, skipping down. Danny Joe, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm just reading this comment. All right, I'm finna block this person because I see they with the stuff and we not blocked. Okay. Thunder, he says, if we build our own towns again, would anyone have a problem with a Pew Pew store and town members having a private membership like our country club? No, we should have that anyway. And during the Black Wall Streets and all that, they had weapons. That's how when they went to the jail, when they heard they was gonna lynch that brother that they accused of doing something he didn't do, they showed up with their firearms, like let them loose. And then of course, them folks showed up and obviously they outnumbered us, but that's why I always say when we talk about our ancestors, well, we not our ancestors. Our ancestors was with the stuff, okay? They were with the stuff. They didn't just let them people just go and do whatever they wanted. They at least tried to stop the lynchings and all that to protect their town. So they was about that life, So that's why I don't really cut for us really talking too much stuff about our ancestors. Because they were also dealing with the times that they were dealing in, right? Sagittarius Goddess says they've been having their own town. Exactly. The world, right? Jacoby, how you doing? Says that's Charlie Kirk. Okay. No, that's not Charlie Kirk. I'm looking at him right now. I know who he is. He is very nerve-wracking. Thunder says, oh my God, the Pioneer, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Yeah, he just kind of fell off the edge of the earth. King Shaw. I'll go. Albie Chili says it's a debate tactic to talk real fast. Yep, in a confident manner. That's what they do. Yep, King Shaw says, I want to see Officer Tatum, the Hodge twins, and Anton Daniels, and the Cartier family, and Fresh and Fit, and DJ Academics, and Kai Cenat travel to sundown towns and walk around with no cameras on. Now, they ain't going to do that. So, yeah, they're going to be the ones with the rudest awakening. Alan, how you doing? Says, integration has failed because integration is a sin. We must repent and atone to Mr. Muhammad, pull our resources together, and make our own community safe and decent places to live. He says, Louis Ali. Okay. Absolutely. Totally. He says, Louis Ali from the South. Okay. James, how you doing? Says, oh, child, whites be gone. Take yourself on, lock the doors behind you, and throw away the key. We ain't mad at you at all. I want them to build the tallest fence ever. You know how when Trump was saying, we're building a wall, build a wall all around your community. So nobody that doesn't look like you can get in and y'all can't get out, right? Build a wall nice and tall so you'll be safe. King Charles, how you doing? Thank you so much. He says, Ben Shapiro don't have the common sense God gave to Iraq. Yeah, it's not even a debate tactic. He sounds like he's saying something. He's talking to people who are not where he is yet. He just has the gift of gab. He's a silver tongue, but he's not really saying anything, Nothing based in facts. He's just sitting up there. It's like, man, go sit what some real scholars are. Don't go to these college campuses where these kids are just not getting on there. Not to say, kids in college are dumb. They're not, but they're still learning a lot of things. But you got your tent because, the sun will burn you. And, and your chair propped up there and you have these kids come up to the microphone. And in his mind, he's never going to be wrong because I call it like 3-card Molly, right? Where people will continue to move the conversation around so you're not, getting the upper hand or you don't find the card or the ball or whatever it is under the cup, right? That's how they do. They move it around, move the goalpost. So, well, I'm always be right. I hear what you're saying, but this is what it is. It's like, that's not what we were just talking about, so they move the goalpost a lot, and that's what he does. Your average logical thinker, hope you're doing well. So just tuning in. He got us messed up. We don't give a dang. These towns will be bland, colorless, and lacking flavor. No thanks, right? We really ain't trying to be there. Computer Blue, what's going on? It says, but white folks already have their sundown. Whites only town. They want our tax dollars to pay for it. When we build ours, they bomb it. Absolutely. Yeah, they should take their own tax dollars and make it do what it do, right? Yes, indeed. All right. And Raven, how you doing? Says the same way the law should guarantee a black and brown state. Yeah. And the Nation of Islam's been asking for that forever, right? Give us the portion of the United States and we go do what we need to do and deuces, you know? D-Max says, just leave us alone. We cook very well. Some of us too well. Mad Dog says, we don't like them either. African Native says, he's not representing their people collectively. They hate black progress with a passion, right? Daughter of Zion, how you doing? Says, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Yep. Negroes, how you doing? He says, if you know, you know. Ron Key, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Yes, you made another live. Beverly White, how you doing? He says, don't move back, Demetra. I miss home, but then when I hear about tsunamis and of course I'm not a stranger to earthquakes, it just kind of happen, right? You don't have a warning, you just be minding your business, and you know they're pretty scary actually. And then there's so I love California, but if it's gonna fall off in the ocean, then maybe I'll stay here. Kara says white women syndrome has plagued our men for sure. Yep. I see I'm terribly behind, so I'm gonna skip down. S. Williams, it says the United States of America has been, and will ever forever be segregated. So he's talking loud and saying nothing. There's not a state in America is not segregated in some parts. So what's new? Yep. And Ais says this goes into the Bible, 2 Corinthians 6:17, where for come out from among them and be ye separate, saith Adon, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. Absolutely. You are 100% right. Yep. Synovia, how you doing? Says, I know this sounds far-fetched, but we need our own state, at least 3, if not more, plus our own laws and regulations. You are absolutely right. DJ Segwan, what's going on with you? Black man, hope you're doing well. The Average Logical Thinker, thank you so much for the donation. Love it, appreciate you. He says, please help with the thumbs up and match the views. Yep, so thank you so much to my awesome moderators. You are the best. Okay, so I got to skip down, y'all, because I didn't know I was so far behind. Fair Use, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Lib, Slayer. I don't know what your comment is saying. They cut off, but maybe that was for a good thing. David Newbie, you say stop begging. Who you talking to? Doug, how you doing? James White said it's written inside the Holy Bible. Do not interact with these Caucasian people. Polly Pocket, how you doing? Says the voting district maps have been chopped and screwed. Blacks are cooked. Yeah, but I'm familiar, especially what's going on here in Texas. I guess they're trying to, they being the Republicans, take 5 seats by redistricting and all of that. But I just ask, you know, what were the Democrats doing, especially with Black Americans, and to help Black Americans with the districts anyway? They're all Black districts or predominantly black districts, and some people say brown. What were you doing to help those people in it? Now all of a sudden you want to fight for them? Or you weren't fighting for them before. Now the Republicans are dangerously close to taking, and now it's like, oh my God, we need to spring into action and do what? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do differently than you were doing before the Republicans say we gonna steal it? And in California, they talking about doing the same thing. Well, let's take all the seats and make them blue, right? And you're starting to hear a lot of states talk like that. So it's just a political mess. And the voters actually are harmed because of that. This is, you know, politicians playing games. The voter don't have a say-so in any of this. So it's crazy. Cynthia, how you doing? Says much respect to you, FBA. All right. Skipping down. Oops. Make sure I don't skip anybody, as I do not want to do that. Thunder says, question, have you seen the new ads by Ralph Lauren? Yes, I have. About Oak Bluffs. Says, I absolutely love it. Seeing those dignified Black folks displaying Black excellence. We could do this again, family. I don't like it because it's Ralph Lauren, because there's a lot of other Black designers that those HBCUs or the Spelman and Morehouse, they could have used Black designers. What are you using white designers for? Ralph Lauren has got enough money, and it sounds like he's only donating so much money over a time span. And I think when it's all said and done, the HBCUs will get $33,000 a piece. But how much is he making for, selling to the culture, essentially? And I personally, like, shame on those HBCUs. Y'all couldn't have found no black designers to give y'all some class and dignity. I guess, we're kind of into labels, and Ralph Lauren Polo is a label. I don't think I've ever owned any myself. No. But I would have loved to see that money go into a black designer's hand. That's what I don't like about it. But it is classy done. But, black people, we are the personification of class. So, and from what I understand, a lot of those white designers got that stuff from us. So, I don't know. Okay, skipping. Okay, Lib Slayer, you out of here. Bye. EW, how you doing? I knew that person was on some foolishness, but I want to make sure. Uncle G, how you doing? Says, have we forgotten about freedom? Georgia, yeah, there's a whole lot of them. Whole lot. Antonio, how you doing? Says, we are set apart people anyway. We always thrive when we are off to ourselves. Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Wilmington, and a whole host of others. Yep. So many to name, right? All right, let me skip down. I am so sorry. I did not mean to be so behind. Who else haven't I seen? Todd, brother Todd, how you doing? Says Elijah Muhammad once said, we should not go where we are not wanted, not mad at white folks for their separation at all. Exactly. Well, that's why I said I need to talk to the people that look like us that are mad, because what and why, Mr. South Carolina, how you doing? Says the name of the black-owned beach is called Bruce Beach. Thank you. It just slipped my mind. Bruce Beach, yes, Manhattan Beach, and they sold it back, and that was big old controversy. Yes, indeed. Shan, how you doing? Says every time we try to get along with the white community, they do something that disrespects us, disrespects and dog us out like real trash. So no, we shouldn't move. We should move to get our own. Absolutely. Yes, the average logical thing, it says, oh yeah, Middle Nation gets it. Why is mad? Yes, that man, just the way he puts stuff. Boy, I tell you. Sage of the Lotus, how you doing? Mike says, Demetra flying them out too. Gotta go. All right, let's see who else. Haven't I seen on here? Jeanette, how you doing? Denton, Texas, sundown town. So I've heard. I mean, all of America's sundown, right? And even in California, people are often surprised. California, the sundown towns. I live 15 minutes away from one. When I lived in California, Fontana. California has a lot of them, believe it or not. Negro says, white people don't care about biracials. You see, they set this biracial woman's car on fire with her in it, called her the N-word. They don't care. Yikes. Yeah, they don't. They probably hate them just as much because it's a reminder that one of their people went and, over to the dark side, per se, and got caught up, You know what they call them. Baraka, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I love you being here. Big Mama, how you doing? Tracy says we need to lock them in from the outside. You crazy. Easy, you say, I bet that brother in Clyde, North Carolina want to separate after being almost deleted by the descendants of North Carolina branch of the Triple K. Yeah, that's a crazy situation. I did a pretty good story about it. It's not out yet. I'm hoping I'll have it maybe tomorrow. Saturday for sure, but I did a little bit more digging, and I said, oh, okay, because now they trying to straighten it up. They're trying to actually say that the employees were the victims. It's going to be interesting. Just stay tuned. Meshka, how you doing? Says they got Caucasians only countries. Why settle for a town? Go big or go home, literally. You ain't lying. Yeah, you can go back to Europe. There's a lot of them there, But they, for some reason, they don't really want to be in Europe like that. It's crazy. Interesting. Enlighten, how you doing? Says the only one of us that care are the swirlers, and those that feel they are nothing without white folks. That surely ain't me. Yep. Vincent Ancestor says no more black and brown coalition. There never was one. Never. Because they never wanted it with us. It wasn't necessarily us. It was them that said, I'm not trying to align with you. Let's solve your own problems. That's what they told us. So I don't even know why people run around talking about this black and brown coalition. They do not want that. Well, maybe as of lately, but they haven't. Laverne, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Says happy Tuesday, Demetri. Ben Shapiro talks like he was born out of helium. He probably was, or somebody was on it when they conceived him for sure. Tommy, how you doing? Says nothing to see here, folks. Let's move on. I got you. Carrie, you say, just stay away from us and we can govern our own self. Yep, they don't think we can, but it's like, prove us wrong. Go ahead, prove us wrong. G Ghost, she says, we should no longer ask for reparations because that keeps the whites elites as the decision makers. We don't want decision makers who don't like us, so we don't want your reparations. We build. Oh, it's ours. We want it. We're going to build and we're going to get it. It belongs to us. And whether they want to give it to us or not, it's up to them. It's not if, it's when. They have to atone for the original sin of slavery. People always say, oh, you got to get what you put out. But that don't apply when it comes to the sin of slavery. Well, that's all of it. That's, magically, that doesn't count as karma or, do unto others or any of that other stuff. No, you can't leave that out. They got to pay for that. And they will. Sherman says, I sure don't. Just don't bother me. Exactly. Yeah, average logical thinker. They active today, but so was my finger. Our Negro says, Demetri, how do you feel about Spike Lee becoming an ambassador to Benin? I don't. It don't bother me. I saw it. It don't bother me. I saw. I think Sierra's also, but she got her citizenship or something like that. I don't care. That's what they want to do. Or they want to make them ambassadors. I don't see the problem. So I don't know. How do you feel? Okay, so let's see. Bernard, how you doing? Says they burn down Black Wall Street. Yep. Brother Reddy says the Oak Bluffs as is nice, but the prices are sky high. Damn that. Yeah, I heard they're very expensive compared to what they Black designers would be. So that just confusing me. Is it HBCU? Nah, no, especially those, right? I think Spelman for sure. Named after white people. Okay, I get all of that, but aren't y'all supposed to be the brightest? Y'all are the talented 10th, right? And you allow a white-owned company to come in there and say, oh, well, we'll design the clothes and you guys can sell them to your people and we'll make a profit. And y'all was all right with that? Now, if you read the Miseducation of the Negro, you know that oftentimes when this talented 10th, they go off to school, especially if they go to white universities, they learn whiteness, right? And so with that, they're like, well, I want to be close to white as possible. Because if I was on the decision-making committee at Morehouse or Spelman, I'd be like, no, where the Black designers at? Are we that wrapped up into white folk stuff to where we are going to bypass all those Black designers? This is crazy, and I'll have nothing to do with it. See, that would have just been me, though. OG says FUBU still out and it ain't hot anymore. Yeah. And did they sell out or are they still owned by us, right? Fair Use says 13 million plus million acres of farmland have been stolen from our people since the 1920s. Yep. Laverne says everything we know was taken. You're correct, Demetri. Yes, indeed. And Donna, how you doing? Says FUBU create a married a white woman, so his wealth goes to her. Yeah, and that's what I was saying about Shannon Sharp. Don't get me started. It ain't my business, though. Facts Not Feeling says it's false to say white women syndrome have plagued black men. Black women date white men on the low more than white. Black men date white women have all these initials. Says I'm an example. Never touched a white woman in my life. How many black women can say that? Well, I ain't never touched no white woman or no white man, so I could say that. Enlighten says that the creator intended for all of us to be together, the creator would have co-founded the languages at the Tower of Babel. Yep, I know all about the Tower of Babel, right? We was gonna figure it out, and he was like, nah, y'all not. Y'all speaking different languages. So now you got to learn them, right? Siku, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Lucky me, what's going on? Says facts. Not feeling is absolutely incorrect. Literally less than 5%. Yeah, facts not feeling. We love them. Yes, Damon. Yeah, John. He's the one that's on Shark Tank and all of that. Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Cassius, how you doing? Says, did you see the video? Did you see the video of Clyde, North Carolina, that white mob? Yep. I sure did. So you probably see my explanation by now. Caitlin, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, yeah, because we're gonna get out of here in a couple of minutes. Because don't forget to go over to the African Diaspora News channel here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central Time, as we're gonna have the Diaspora Wars debate, and there's gonna be a few of us contributors, and we're gonna talk it out. Well, not talk it out, but we're gonna talk it out, right? It's gonna be very interesting. You do not want to miss that. Who else haven't I seen? Just looking because I'm behind. I hope I say it's right. Miami. I know I said that wrong. But how you doing? Says maybe we should create some Black only towns. Yeah, we've tried, but we could do it again, right? We should do it again. But something tells me they'll be like, oh, well, you know why they can't do? Because I know there was some Muslims that tried to do that here in somewhere in Texas. Them people got mad. And what's his name? Greg Abbott, the governor, he was like, you guys can't do that. What? But they can do it. So that's crazy. Del Monte Green Beans, how you doing? Says years ago when I started trucking, met a friend in Fontana. One of those bikers looking dudes tried me at a gas station. He saw my dog tags from service. He hurried up and apologized. Yeah, I told y'all, Fontana's, that's in California. I live like 15 minutes from there. I sure did. Brother Reggie says, HBCU, I thought the Oak Bluff thing was about that area in Martha's Vineyard. Sorry if I'm confused. It is, but I'm saying that they use Ralph Lauren to design the clothes and stuff, right? They have this, I guess, clothing line, but it's designed by Ralph Lauren Polo, right? And I guess it is to commemorate the area. It's a Black part of, I guess, Martha's Vineyard and all of that. But it's like, y'all couldn't use no Black designers. That's all I'm saying. But, you know, I ain't going to buy none of it. So, Rome, how you doing? So, whites only towns grow to become whites only districts, counties, cities, states. Exactly. Yep. Tommy says, oh, so he been sold FUBU. News to me. I haven't seen any of it around anyway. So, John, how you doing? Says, send Jesse Lee Peterson with them. Man, he would have a fit when they say, you ain't coming up in here, boy. We just wanted you to do our bidding. Sitting up there talking about we need a what was it? White History Month. He talking about they need a White History Month. Oh. Molly Cakes, how you doing? Says Shannon Sharp is being sued by another woman for $20 million. Another woman. Okay. Oh, they gonna get all that Bucks money. Oh, they gonna drain them dry. Ain't gonna get all his money. He don't have no ESPN. That $100 million podcast deal is hanging in the balance. You know, he does have his shows on YouTube, but it seems like those are sponsored by this person or that thing. So now, mind you, the woman that he gave allegedly 23 million, I think it is, she accused him of rape. But she didn't call the police. She was suing him with Tony Busby, right? That attorney, the shakedown artist. We're going to start calling Shannon Shakedown Sharp because he's been shook. Dorsey, how you doing? Says, why can't we build communities? We can. We can. Yes, your average logical thinker is going down. Do not miss it. Spread the word. Donna says, we don't care if they build the Hills Have Eyes 2.0. I think they passed that. It's like 20.0. Easy. Says we'll be able to comment D. I'm not for sure, as I know usually he has it on members only, so it may be that way tonight. But definitely, if that's the case, yeah, you'll be able to comment if you're a member. I have no control over any of that. F and F. How you doing? Says, why is there the F? Is there a Diaspora Wars event? Well, because there is one, so we're going to discuss it, right? There's this, you know, tomorrow, there's supposed to be a boycott of African businesses. So that's going to come up in the conversation as well. I promise you, you do not want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. All right. Michael, how you doing? Says historical facts. These people's last tricks is to sin and give us the devil his woman, which is backfiring big time. Yeah, but some of them they is working with. Some of them is successful. Shannon Sharpe is one of them. 7 o'clock today, Kara. 7 o'clock Central Time tonight, Central Time. So here it's 6 o'clock, just about. Yep, almost 6 o'clock. So an hour from now on the African Diaspora News Channel. An hour from now. Do not be late. Tracy says, YouTube keeps blocking your comments. What you saying? It's not me. I just want y'all to know it's not me. Jeanette, he says, YouTube been blocking my comments for weeks. Yeah, it's certain words it will. So, be careful of the stuff that you say because the little things be running around and picking up on certain words. So it just depends on what you're saying. Brother Reggie says he and the other brother still own FUBU, but FUBU ain't popping like that anymore. I didn't even know it was around anymore, to be honest with you. Scoop says, don't threaten me with a good time. All white town's always been a thing. They just adding a description. Yep. You ain't lying. It's like, I really need to talk to the people that look like us that are mad and upset because they want to separate. Jeez. African Native says, when I look at the natural beauty of Black women to those bunnies, I see no match. You better tell them. Tommy says, I am looking to move south, fertile farmland and reasonable prices per acre. Yeah, there's more of us here in the South now than anywhere. So it's kind of like it was before we left the South, Diane says they want Black generational wealth at these rates. Shannon won't have anything for his children with his silly self. Ooh, you said a word. P. West, how you doing? Says, can the Hispanics live in an all-white town since they love them so much? No, they're going to say, we don't care what your birth certificate says or what you call yourself. We see that you ain't one of us and no, you cannot come along. That's what they going to say. Jamarcus, how you doing? Easy says, FUBU for us, by us, sold to highest bidder. Come on now. Angela Johnson, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Says they're sundown towns. People don't believe they really exist. Oh, yeah, they do. They do. Money Moves, how you doing? Okay, that's what they sold it to, Brother Don. So anyway, listen, I'm gonna get out of here, but before I do, I just want to say a word about Shannon Sharpe, and not necessarily because it's Shannon Sharpe, but just the whole nature of it. I've lost a lot of respect for Shannon. I just can't even bring myself to watch his stuff anymore, because for one, and we kind of talked about this before, Shannon is a triple OG, right? He about to be 60 sooner or later, and that girl was 19 when he started messing with her. Well, she's a woman, but she's young. 19, she sued him. She wanted $50 million, and it sounds like he gave her 23. And then she goes on to her social media and says, oh, I'm retired from OnlyFans now. I'm sorry to announce I'm retired. And ESPN lets him go. But then when I think about all that money he gave that white woman, but your daughters, your Black daughters, are punching the clock. You tricked all that money away on a white woman over some booty. Now, mind you, she asked him for a baby, and he told her no. Remember, she said, put a Black baby in me. And he said no. And that's when she was like, all right, I got you. And she shook his pockets down for 23 allegedly $1 million. How can you look at him the same? I cannot. Like I said, your daughters, your Black daughters, your children, that's the legacy that, I don't know if you were going to leave it to him, but you could have. But that white woman and ran off, and there's another white woman that's suing him, y'all say for $20 million. Oh, he'll probably settle with her. Now she coming out the woodworks from back in the day, talking about, oh, he paying? Well, he did something to me too. So I don't got no respect for him. And it's sad. But that's why I'm going to leave it at this moment. The old God, how you doing? He said, Rosado thing says, bet it wasn't even a booty, a big one. Yeah, so I don't have no respect for him. I feel bad for him that he played himself in that way or whatever it was, but I hope it was worth it. But I think Shannon's probably finished. Them people ain't going to mess with him no more. Last thing they want to hear is this big brute rag dog and they woman. So she'll probably go take his $23 million and go get with her white man, and they gonna go build a nice life together. So yeah, Brother Janelle, how you doing? So anyway, y'all go to the African Diaspora News channel at 7 p.m. in an hour, less than an hour, because we're having the African Diaspora Wars debate. So you do not want to miss it. I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.